All right, guys. Rod Ripper home base. You recognize it. Like I said, eventually some cool stuff's going to be in the background here, so you guys know. But just remember these doors because it tells you Rod Ripper's headquarters. Very special guest today. You guys have seen him in a couple videos. His face probably didn't look like this because we used some of our better photos of him. And what we had there, this is Stizzy, Mr. Stiz, Mr. Maybe. We've given him a lot of names in the videos. You're probably wondering why. Well, the Stizzy, the Stizmeister are some of his classics. We like to coin him Mr. Maybe every once in a while, where we kind of use the phrase, yeah, I'll give you the Joel Stout maybe, which usually means, that's probably a no. But when he does show up, usually something epic happens, and there is a ton of stuff that this Rod Ripper can bring to the table and what he's going to kind of tell you about. And I bet you're curious, why would we start our video with that little movie clip? And he's going to tell you more about that. And I'm just going to say one little thing. We may be on a lake of 4,000 acres. And there may be one little cove that has some moss on it, maybe one lily pad or two. And Joel's going to be in that cove just flipping the whole time. Because we like to coin the phrase, which he actually said, but we hear it all the time, Frog Nation. How you doing, Mr. Stizzy? Welcome to the channel.
Thank you.
The crowd's been asking for it.
That's a great intro.
They've been waiting for you.
So yeah, Mr. Maybe. I don't know. I guess I can go for that. I guess I'm a little bit like my dad. It's hard for me to get out of Mahaska County, so yeah, I can deal with that.
Why would you? It's perfect.
But Rod Rippers, Alex, AK, and Jake Jenkins, the Rod Father. Most knowledgeable and passionate fishermen I know. Anything fishing. I'm asking these guys, getting their opinions. Not that I'll use it, but I'm asking their opinion on what they're throwing, what colors, what speed, techniques, whatever. So I get a lot of value from them, and I know that you guys, as the viewers and subscribers, will get a lot of value from this channel as well. So kudos to these guys for starting this. Yeah, it's going to be awesome for you guys. Enough about those guys. So for me, when it comes to fishing, I love anything top water. So I just love that action coming out of the water. Whopper ploppers, poppers, frogs. Just that anticipation when you're reeling something in, and then boom! It just startles you. It just startles you, and that's what gets me jacked up. So that's what videos I'm going to be showing a lot of. I don't like to see it on my pond, but other ponds, when I see moss, I'm always throwing frogs on that moss, on that top mat, to try to get some action out of that water. So that's not the only thing I do.
And I'm going to cut you off there real quick. Yeah. So he mentioned his pond. A lot of the pictures we've been showing, especially No Doubt About It, Jenkins, me, Eric, you guys see the Eric Schneister when he holds up that double photo we showed in the first one. That's a 6.5 and a 5. Those are all caught out of Joel's private lake we kind of use, which is kind of our home base. Mm-hmm. So we have to be nice to him a little bit, so he lets us go out there. But those are at his lake, which is awesome. So when he says his pond, he's talking about the honey hole, which we've done a lot of work to, and he's going to fill you in on that too.
Yeah, so like he said, those pictures that you've been seeing, a lot of them are from my pond, and we moved there a couple years ago. And, you would catch a decent one every now and again, but pretty much the fish were kind of stunted. So what we did, we focused on the management side of it. I'm tagging fish to see how much they're growing, in a couple month period or a year period. So we'll have some information on that for you. But now we're catching, now that we're focusing on the, management side of it, we're catching, consistent 4+ pounders, 5 pounders, multiple 6s. Heck, Nick Coffey, he's going to be coming on next. He jumped in after one that got off his line, and they said it was a 9-pounder. So I foresee this spring.
Dove in off the dike.
Yes.
Dove in. His diving strategy was a little questionable, but he did dive in for this fish after he lost it. I wish I had a GoPro on because it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Also sad at the same time because it was a huge fish. But in his defense, he also did go on to catch 3 over 6 pounds after that point last summer.
Heater.
He was on a heater.
So he'll elaborate a little bit on that for you. But But like I said, I foresee this spring being really, really good and having a lot of big bass being caught. So good timing for the old rod rippers to start.
Oh, yeah.
I'm also a big deer and turkey hunter as well. So, I will have fishing videos, but I'm going to have a lot of hunting and of turkey and deer. So shotgun, bow, and shotgun turkey as well. So, the hunts that I've been on the last couple of years when I come home, I told my wife I just wish I would have had that on film. So now this rod ripper is going to kind of force me to film these hunts and give you guys some tips and tricks on that. So.
And later he's going to have a solo where he tells a story about, we're going to show some pictures. I'll throw them in, right here, right in between our faces. Some beautiful pictures. The last 2 years you have smoked some big bucks on the bow. And he has a sweet story to tell, so I'm not going to elaborate on it. That's going to be a later film where he kind of tells you what happened, and then hopefully he gets an experience like that on film. But he has gotten some huge deer, which I'm not a bow hunterman. I don't have the patience. I usually go shotgun season, first or second season, because I'm not as patient. I kind of like the push aspect. I like to be on the move. But what he has gotten has made me think about being a bow hunterman, because I have never seen any deer like that when I've been shotgun. But that's what we're bringing.
That's all we got.
The introduction.
Guess to kind of segue into who's next, I think Nick's next.
Yeah.
So Nick and I have been kind of talking. We've been, talking amongst each other how we were going to add a little drama to these videos, add a little entertainment. So, just
they said
be
we're
looking
dull.
forward to those.
They think we're dull. Do you guys think we're dull? I don't think so, but I guess Nick and Joel think they need to spice things up. I guess we're a little tamed. But Nick, nicknames. We've had a lot of nicknames. We're trying to get everyone a little coin phrase. I've had a lot of thoughts for Nick. What do you got? You got anything good?
NC cough drop, just coffee.
Coffee. Joel's going with the nicer side. Obviously, you see these two are in cahoots. I would like to throw in the coffee shuffle.
Yep.
That I think we can definitely explain. But the coffee shuffle, maybe city slicker, which I don't feel safe saying anymore because he has come a long way. So maybe city to country. I don't know. We got a lot of ideas in mind. We're definitely going to throw in an embarrassing picture like we like to do, which I think I have about 2,000 of Nick. So the hardest part is going to be picking one. But we'll throw that in there, and he's coming up soon. But the introduction of Jay Stiz. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
We're glad to have you. Okay?
Mr.
Guys,
Maybe out.
thank you for tuning in. Mr. Maybe, the Stizmeister, Rod Ripper's headquarters. Don't forget, over here. This one. Subscribe right down here. Make sure you hit that bell notification. Whoop, whoop.